Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about not a pedicure, but instead the pampering sessions that I do between pedicures and stuff that you see off camera. So with this one, we are going to do a foot mask. We are going to let it soak in. We're going to have lots of fun. So I have two masks that I typically use. I either use the Cactus foot mask from Sephora or the coconut foot mask from them. The difference is the coconut one is going to be that nourishing and repairing. Today we're using Cactus because this one is going to be refreshing, revitalizing. It's one of those things that's going to be that anti-fatigue sort of stuff, and since I walked a whole bunch this past week, that's what my feet need. They want a little bit more pampering, they want a little bit more blood circulation, that sort of stuff. But in the end, really go with whatever works for your feet. Typically, I will do this portion where I file off any of the dry skin, any calluses that are starting to build up a little bit more than I want them to, things like that. I typically do this in the shower, but I can't take you guys in the shower with me, so I'm going to do it here. My feet are still damp from the shower. I did go ahead and do that portion, and I did kind of the overall of removing the bulk of the dry skin already, but I wanted to show you guys this option. I prefer this little foot file pumice stone over what I call the cheese graters, any of the metal ones. It's personal preference for my feet. Don't use the ones that actually look like a cheese grater and like shave off the dead skin, because one, that opens up a potential for infection. Two, that is also going to make your skin kind of react in such a way that you build up even tougher skin. So you want it to be nice, somewhat abrasive, but in the end kind of better for your skin. I am not a licensed nail technician. This is my opinion based on the research that I have done. So definitely talk to your doctor or your nail tech or somebody licensed by your state for all of that kind of advice. This is just what I do, what I have found works best for me, and the reasons I have behind it. So I have those. Go ahead, do that. Mine has a rougher side and a smoother side. So I have my blue side for the bulkier portions and then the white side to smooth stuff out. I also have a body scrub that I use on my feet whenever I shower. So this one is a sand and sea salt body scrub by Bath & Body Works. I really like this one because I don't want to do microplastics, and I find that the sand or salt scrubs are just a little bit better for making my feet happy when it comes to exfoliating. The other thing I'm going to use today is these lemon cozy socks. I absolutely love these. I am obsessed. They're like $30 a pair. Get them on Poshmark if you can't afford that, but they are the best. They have this wonderful, super soft, plush fuzz in there that makes my toes super happy. They're also super warm, which is going to be great because I'm going to put them over the masks to kind of trap in the body heat and kind of warm that all up. And because it's got the stickiness with the wording on the bottom, I can still walk around my house, because you should not walk around your house with these masks on your feet. It's slippery. You could die. I have slipped multiple times, which is how I learned to put the spa socks over the top. So I'm going to pull up my pant leg a little bit. I don't want to get the foot mask on my pants if possible. And the fun thing I like about these for Sephora is that they actually have a right versus left sock. So you know what foot it's supposed to go on. You can totally do some spa foot masks from Walmart. I have some of those as well. The thing I don't like about those is I can't remember which foot is which. And once I get it on my foot, it's staying. So we're just going to make it work. So here, these ones you actually rip apart, and then you'll open them up and you'll see there's kind of that filmy, fabricy layer in there. That's going to actually hold the mask. and then we have the plastic around it to keep it from getting everywhere else. So I'm going to go ahead, put that on the first foot, make sure that it's nice and smooth against my skin, open up that little label because it's going to have sticky underneath there, and this is going to let me secure it to my foot so that way I don't have to worry about it falling off. It's just going to be stuck right there. So I'm going to wrap that in, stick that there, massage it into the skin. This is just going to help move that product around, make sure it's kind of a nice even layer across it, and can really get that masking started. I really hope YouTube doesn't put notifications on my thing because I'm using mask a whole bunch, because I'm talking about a foot mask and not the other things due to the apocalypse that's happening. So we're gonna go ahead, keep happiness. I'm gonna remove those stickers for the other one, do the same thing. Now, if you don't have spa socks, if you don't have items that have some kind of stickies to the bottom, that's okay. You could totally just hang out, not move, and keep those on. I have to do stuff. I like to multitask, so I'm going to use these socks for that. But you could totally just sit on your couch and watch, an episode of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills or American Horror Story or whatever it is you want to do. That's fine. I, however, need to be able to move. So I have these socks for that. It's also, like I said, going to trap body heat in there. So the cool thing with these masks is, and with any kind of skincare, as you apply heat, those pores are going to open up. You're going to have the skin is a little bit more receptive to the products that are going in. It's going to help with all of that. We're going to come back in an hour. I am leaving these on for a complete hour. It is personal preference for you guys. This is just what I like to do. So we are back. It has been an hour. I did a bunch of other stuff. I took care of laundry. I got to do dishes, crafted some things, all kinds of loveliness. So now I'm going to go ahead and pull these off and show you. I just kind of very carefully take it off because while I do have the mask wrapped around my foot and secured, sometimes it still likes to peel. So I want to make sure that I'm gentle with that as I pull it off so I can keep the product there, keep the inside of my spa sock clean, because I'm going to use them at the end as well. Now from here, you could take these off, go ahead and rub in the remaining product, and then move on with your day. I, however, add another layer because my skin is super dry. So I have multiple creams. I use the Sol de Janeiro foot fetish cream in the summertime. It is super absorbent. It is not super greasy. I can then throw it on, put on my flip-flops, and still go. Aveda Hand Relief is my winter option. Super, super moisturizing. They do have a foot relief, but I find this is better for my feet. And the pink one is for breast cancer awareness. It's got a great scent. Today, though, I'm going to use the Natural Muscle Rub. This is from a independent company. I found them on Etsy, but they're super great because it's going to include some peppermint, some spearmints, some options really just to kind of get the blood flowing in those muscles that are tired and fatigued. The other thing I sometimes use will be that particular item, so that muscle rub with something else, either hand relief in the wintertime or foot fetish in the summertime, in case I need extra moisturizer on top of that. So we're going to go ahead, pull it off. You can see my feet are still shiny and greasy. They still have product on from that mask, which is what we want because I'm actually just going to layer this moisturizer on top of that mask serum. So we're going to pull off the other one as well. You can see lots of product on that, and that's okay. If you did not want to do this extra step like I'm going to, you could just rub that in, throw on your shoes, and go. That is totally an option. Like I said, I have to be extra, so that's what I'm going to do. So for today, I have the muscle rub. It has a little protective seal. I've opened it multiple times. I just keep that on there. I throw it in the top of the lid. And you'll see this one is a nice white, creamy, thick base, almost kind of body butter-ish. And I'm just going to grab a fingerful and throw it on the bottom of my foot. And I like to work from the bottom of my foot up because the bottoms of my feet typically are the ones that, because I walk around barefoot, have the most issues because they are trying to build up that protection for when I walk on them, as well as the fact that if I wear heels, which I did recently, there's that. You'll also see here, I'm doing this technique where I actually have my fingers through my toes and then use that knuckle in my thumb to really work into that muscle. If you find that you're having issues getting to a certain spot in your foot, or it's not quite working the way you want it to, you're not getting as relaxing of a foot rub, try things like that. Move your foot, move the ankle. As you kind of move that joint around, move those things around, those muscles are going to open up and you can get a little bit deeper penetration when it comes to that foot rub. So I'm going to do this again with the other foot. I am not as flexible with this one, and you can see it is super slippery. So I'm just going to kind of work through it as I can. I do have a tendency, as with most people, I am not symmetrical. One foot is more flexible than the other. But here you can see again, I'm just going to put my fingers through that, use my thumbs, work it into the ball of my foot, because I wore heels recently and my feet would really like a little bit of pampering because of that. So definitely go ahead, do that. I'm not worrying too much about getting all of the product rubbed in because I am going to apply those spa socks onto these feet afterwards because I really want to, I call it marinating. I really want to marinate in my foot lotion because I want these to be nice and soft and like super, super beautiful feet. So that's typically what I do with that. You could rub this in completely, throw on some flip-flops, go about your day. I, however, like I said, not going to do that. So I went ahead, I cleaned off the excess product from my hands. I'm going to go ahead and close this out. This is where you could apply the second lotion if you wanted to, of either the summer or the winter option, or you could totally just leave it as one or the other. You don't have to do all of these steps, but this is what I like to do. So I have these, they're nice, they're beautiful, they're not nearly as greasy as they were anymore. A lot of that product has been rubbed in. And from here, I am going to go ahead and put on the spa socks again because I want to be able to walk around with this still on my feet and not pick up anything from my floor. But also I want to use my body heat and kind of help work that product in some more. This I did to do in the evening, so I put these on and then I actually sleep in them. And when I wake up the next morning, my feet are phenomenally soft, super, super great. I love it. Really just depends on how you like to do it. Those feet are already very soft. These are just the extra steps that I do for that. So I will head off to bed with these like that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, do the things if you want to. Have a good day.